So how have things been going since we last spoke?
They've been going good. I feel like I've worked on a few things that we've discussed previously, and it's going well. But I definitely, I'd like to focus on some more little goals if I can.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's the most important thing to focus on today for you?
So I feel that actually one of the things I'd really like to do is work on creating more time in my day for exercise for myself.
Yeah, great. Okay. So working on creating more time for exercise in your life.
Yeah.
So what are you doing already?
So at the moment I do Pilates. I do that for an hour twice a week. But I do find that actually doing other forms of exercise, I quite like to incorporate that, and I do struggle a bit with the time management side of things.
Okay, so what's going on for you at the moment?
So work's quite busy, and I find there's a lot of pressure to catch up on things during the evening, and then I feel obliged to do the work rather than a bit of exercise. And I feel like actually I'd probably feel better in myself if I did a bit more exercise.
Yeah, okay.
Something a bit more aerobic perhaps.
Aerobic, okay. Yeah. So what sort of thing are you thinking of aerobic exercise-wise?
So I quite enjoy running. I used to do that, and it's something that, a bit of me time, but actually I feel that would be something that I could do, by myself, quite easy to just run from my house. So I feel like actually running would probably be, one of the things I'd like to do.
So when you were running before, how were you making that time available for you?
I think I had a bit more of a routine. So I used to finish work and get changed, go for a run, and then come back and do my sort of normal evening routine. And I guess I just kind of lost that somewhere. So,
so your normal evening routine, did that involve work as well?
Sometimes a little bit, but I feel that actually I'd do the run and get that done first. So maybe I need to focus a bit more on on actually doing the runs, because I definitely don't do that now. It's I come back home from work and then I just carry on working really. So,
okay. So how did running make you feel when you were in a routine with it?
I mean, I loved it. I felt like I felt better in myself, probably because I was fitter. I felt more confident, and actually I think having, sometimes I wouldn't run for very long, sometimes it would only be, 20 minutes, half an hour, but just that little bit of time to get out in the fresh air, do something that got my heart rate up a bit, it really made me feel good.
Yeah, so, and as you say, it gave you some you time as well.
Yeah. And I guess that's something that I kind of feel like I've lost a little bit, and
Okay. When were you in this routine then?
So probably about 4 months ago.
4 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you mind me asking what sort of happened 4 months ago for you to get out of that routine?
I think work suddenly got really busy. It was quite a busy time of year for us anyway. And I had a few days off, and I kind of got behind a bit with my, normal workload, and then I felt guilty about having got behind. So I started, just not going out for a run. I basically come back and I wanted to get that work finished, and then I guess I just kind of
carried on with the new routine.
Exactly, which sadly didn't involve running. So okay. That's kind of what happened.
So knowing what you know about how running made you feel more confident, fitter, bit of you time as well, how important is that for you to fit back into your life?
I think it probably is very important. I think remembering the feeling of it, I think I would definitely like more of that. It's just been hard because I tend to, I always think that the work is more important. So I feel like actually I probably need to be a bit more confident about taking that time for myself. And it's just hard.
Of course, because you really want to work hard, and I wonder, how did you feel sort of when you came back from a run? How much better was it getting back into work just to finish things off?
Yeah, I think actually you've got a very good point there, because I did feel more efficient.
Okay.
And actually I think the work that I did in the evenings after I'd been for a run was probably actually of a better quality. Because I don't know whether it's just the fact that you've done a bit of exercise, but you feel like actually you can sort of power through the work, and I felt like I was a bit more motivated to get it done. Whereas certainly in the past couple of months where I haven't been running, I just kind of sit down, do the work, and it just drags on a little bit. So
it takes you longer. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Right. So what are the options then to sort of take you forward from knowing what you know now?
So I guess I need to stick to, well, first of all, I need to work out a routine, probably. That would be best, like go back to the routine of prior to 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I think I just need to stick to it. I need to work on some strategies to help me actually stick to, go for a run and then work.
Okay, so how will you, so when you were running in your routine, talk me through what your sort of routine was of doing the running, so when you came back from work.
So basically I'd come back, I used to get my running stuff ready in the morning, so I'd have that,
Okay, so running stuff is ready in the morning?
Yeah, and actually that's something I don't do now, so that would probably be something that I really need to have a bit of running stuff ready. I just remembered that I used to do that. And,
have you got all your running stuff that you need now?
I have. It's still in a drawer somewhere.
It's in a drawer somewhere.
It's not in a prominent position. I kind of, almost like it's gone to the bottom of the priority list. It's gone to the bottom of the drawer. So
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I could probably get the running stuff out again, and then that would, I'd see it and I'd be more inclined to. Because I guess as well, it's easier then if I know that it's all set out ready. I can just come in, because that's what I used to do. Literally walk through the door, get changed, and then go straight out for a run again before kind of getting, stuck in the house. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
okay. And you'd go out for 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, not long. There's a couple of different routes that I did, and obviously depending on the time of year and how I felt, if I'd had a busy day. But I sort of knew the routes, so it was quite nice to actually not have to think about finding different places to go. I'd do the run, I'd come back in, I'd have a quick shower, and then I'd
refresh and be ready to be efficient at work. Just what you need to just finish.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So. And how many times a week would you do that run?
So I used to go 4 times a week, actually. Which I don't do now at all.
And back then when you were running, were you still doing Pilates twice a week?
Yes, I was. I was. I used to do, obviously the Pilates class was at a set time, and it was later in the evening, so I still used to run and do the Pilates on one of those days. But it was okay because, on that day I'd go for like a shorter 20-minute run. So.
Okay, so it sounds like it was a really easy routine for you that you took a few days off and then got stuck in a different habit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It just kind of slips your mind, I guess, and then you turn around and you suddenly realise it's been a month since you've been out for a run, and I think I've definitely now got to the point where I need to change something.
Okay, and tell me why you need to change this.
I guess because I just don't feel that good in myself when I compare how I used to feel 4 months ago. I think my work is suffering as well. I'm losing a bit of motivation, losing a bit of energy, and I'm sure that's not just because I'm not doing as much physical activity, but I think it's more of a mental thing as well.
Okay. Tell me about the difference between Pilates and running, and then how you've continued with the Pilates but not the running.
I guess because the Pilates I actually do as part of a group lesson, whereas the running was something I did for myself. It was almost like it was easier to give up the running when the work got busy, because that was my thing, whereas with the Pilates I've got other people who,
it's a group.
Holding me accountable, or, you don't want to let people down, or it's just easier. I guess you don't feel like you can drop that quite as easily as the running.
Yes, because there's a group and they're expecting you to be there.
Exactly, So that's why.
How could you use that mentality then of being accountable to yourself to keep running?
I guess really the people in the Pilates class kind of look to me, they know me from the class, and I think my attitude there is slightly different because I do prioritise the Pilates, and I feel like actually I could probably prioritise the running, and do it with myself.
Equally or over the Pilates?
No, equally,
Yeah.
I feel, yeah. I mean, I don't want to let anybody down, but I feel that because of the workload, and I do, as I said, I feel quite guilty about, missing out on work, but actually I'm a better person when I do things for myself as well, because then I feel more able to give back. So
I mean, you mentioned more energy, more efficiency.
Yeah.
So knowing that, would that keep you accountable?
Yes, I think so. Or maybe even finding a running buddy or something.
Yeah, that's an option.
Maybe just checking in with someone, like recording the runs, because I think that's quite helpful. On the Pilates, I make a note of what I've done, whereas I don't with the running. So perhaps, actually having a checklist or something where I can check that I've actually done the run.
That really helps a lot of people actually. Like sort of ticking something off, being like, well done me.
Maybe I should do that. Checklist for the run.
So how do you do a checklist then with your Pilates?
So I basically have like a document and it's pinned to the side of my computer screen. So obviously every time, because I'm teaching online. So
it's a digital document.
Yeah. And I put a check in there to note the class, who's attended, things like that. So I could potentially do something like that for the running.
Could do something similar. Yeah, is that easy enough to do?
Yeah, really simple, really easy.
Does it seem like something you would do, or?
Yes, I mean, I like having visual things that I can see, and I think, as you say, once you've checked it off, you look at it and you feel like you've accomplished something. So I think that would be quite a motivator for me. Yeah.
So obviously, to check something off, it needs to be written down.
Yes. No, good point. So I'd have to write the checklist, and I could do it actually because if it was on the computer, I can just do it so it recurs every week or something.
Automation, love it.
So saving me time and keeping me accountable, which would actually be a really good thing.
So is there anything else that would stop you from not going on a run?
I'm not terribly fond of like the cold weather.
Yeah. And we're coming into winter, so that is a...
Yeah, so again, I think if I get cold to start with, I'm less motivated to go out for a run, even though I actually warm up while I'm running.
Okay.
But I think actually that's because I don't have a lot of winter running gear.
Right.
So perhaps if I invested in a pair of gloves and maybe a warmer running jacket, then there'd be no excuse, basically.
Okay. So that's what you would need to keep running through the winter is warm gloves and a winter running jacket.
Yeah, which I don't have, and I kind of put off buying that because I assumed it was too much of an expense, but actually that is one of the things that stops me from going running. I think
realistically, how much is a pair of gloves and a warm running jacket?
I mean, they're not very expensive, so actually, that's probably a good point. So I will buy a running jacket and gloves, because I definitely feel the sort of good vibes that I get from going running are definitely worth the cost.
The cost and the value that you get out of a running jacket. I mean, off the top of my head, £60 or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, very reasonable.
For running throughout winter, bearing in mind we're in the UK, so winter is a lot of
long time, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So looking at that list of things that you could do, what one thing are you going to do?
Well, I think one thing I could definitely do straight away today is buy the running jacket and gloves. Yeah. Because I can buy it online. Online shopping, it's great. Yeah. So that's definitely doable.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like such an easy way to make sure that you stay accountable as well, because you feel the cold. Yeah. And that would be a really, really great way to do that. Great.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay. Well, how do you feel that you progressed today?
Yeah, actually, I feel it's been really great to sort of talk and get some things written down, and actually, it feels like more of a tangible plan now, something that I can actually, I can see my list, I can look at what I need to do, and I feel really good about putting it into practice and actually getting back running, taking that me time.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sort of motivated are you feeling?
I'd say definitely 10 now. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I want to go for it.
Yeah. Great. Go running this evening.
Yeah. It's not that cold.
Not that cold today.
There's no excuse, so I might as well get started and go for it.
Great. So, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you for your help.
Enjoy your running.
Yeah.